It's January, the calendar is fresh, your motivation is high, and then you put on your jeans and the button is like, cute plan. Absolutely not. If you're looking down at that menopause belly thinking, I swear this showed up overnight, I need you to hear this. You are not broken, you're not lazy, and you're not failing at health. Your body just changed the rules. And here's the good news. You don't need a brand new diet. You need a brand new routine. Because in midlife, especially as estrogen shifts, your body can start storing more fat around the middle, and it can get easier to lose muscle if we don't protect it. That combo can make your belly feel extra stubborn. So today, I'm going to show you the routine that helps menopause belly stop running the house, without crash dieting, without endless cardio, and without you living on sad lettuce. Why this feels so unfair? If you're thinking, but I didn't change anything, why did my body? Yep, that's the maddening part. A lot of women hit their 40s and 50s and suddenly the same meals, the same workouts, the same I'm being good routine just doesn't work the way it used to. And it can feel personal, like your body's being dramatic on purpose. What's really happening is that as you move through the menopause transition, estrogen levels shift. And one thing estrogen used to help with was where your body preferred to store fat. When that changes, fat can migrate toward the belly area. And it can be easier to build up deeper inside belly fat too. At the same time, we can lose muscle more easily with age if we're not actively telling the body, hey, keep this muscle, it's important. Less muscle can mean your engine burns a little less in the background, even if you're still doing a lot. So if you feel like you're doing everything right and getting nowhere, you are not imagining it. Your body just needs a new playbook. Quick check-in. How old are you? And what's your biggest struggle right now? Belly, cravings, energy, or sleep? Change your routine, not your diet. Here's the mindset shift for this whole video. We're not going to eat less and punish more. We're going to change the routine that tells your body what to do with the food you already eat. Think of it like this. Your body is a house, and hormones used to be the property manager. In menopause, that manager is basically like, I'm out. And now, you need a new system to keep things running smoothly. So we're going to focus on 3 routine pillars: lifting to rebuild your metabolism engine, protein structure so your muscles actually stay, and daily movement plus sleep and stress support. Because your belly doesn't just listen to calories, it listens to your whole lifestyle signal. The menopause belly truth. First, let's name the enemy, because it's not you. Menopause belly is often a mix of 2 things. 1, the softer layer you can grab, and the deeper, packed suitcase fat around the organs, 2, called visceral fat. That deeper kind is the one that tends to increase in midlife. And it's part of why doctors talk more about heart and blood sugar health after menopause. So this isn't just about fitting into jeans, it's about feeling strong and steady in your body. Second truth, you can't spot reduce your belly. I know, if crunches worked, we'd all be walking around with abs by now just from stress alone, but your body loses fat system-wide, not from one punished area. That's why the routine matters. When you lift, move, sleep, and eat in a way that protects muscle and calms your stress signal, your body is much more willing to let go of belly fat over time. Strength training, the belly's worst enemy. Okay, let's talk about the one thing that changes the game in midlife: strength training. And before you picture a bodybuilder screaming near a squat rack, no. I'm talking about basics, resistance training that teaches your body, hey, keep the muscle. We still use this. Muscle is like your metabolism engine. It's the part of you that burns more energy just existing. And it also helps your body handle carbs better. Like a sponge that soaks up fuel so it doesn't just float around in your bloodstream. When estrogen shifts and we're not lifting, muscle can quietly shrink over time, and then we're stuck doing more and more cardio just to maintain the same results. That's exhausting, and it often backfires by making you hungrier. Here's the routine goal: 2 to 4 strength sessions per week. If you're brand new, start with 2. If you've been lifting, aim for 3. Each session can be 20 to 40 minutes. Focus on big moves that work a lot of muscles at once. Think: a squat pattern like sit to stand or goblet squats, a hinge like deadlifts with dumbbells or hip hinges, pushing like wall push-ups or dumbbell press, pulling like rows, and carrying something heavyish across the room. Yes, carrying groceries counts, but let's make it intentional. And the secret sauce is progress, not perfection. Every week, add a tiny bit, 1 more rep, a slightly heavier weight, a deeper squat. That's how your body gets the message to rebuild. Where are you starting? Home workouts, gym, or I need a plan yesterday? Protein structure. Now, let's do the food part, but in a way that doesn't feel like punishment. Because the goal is not eat less forever. The goal is eat in a way that protects muscle, and protein is the star of that show. Here's the simple truth. As we get older, our muscles don't respond to protein quite as easily as they used to. It's like the volume knob got turned down. So instead of grazing on tiny amounts all day, it often helps to give your body a clearer protein signal a few times a day, especially if you're strength training. You do not have to track macros to do this. Start with one routine change: protein at breakfast. Because most of us start the day with toast, cereal, or coffee and vibes. And then we're starving at 3 p.m. and blaming ourselves. So think Greek yogurt or cottage cheese with fruit, eggs plus a little turkey or cheese, a protein smoothie with milk or soy milk and some protein powder if you like it. Even leftovers, chicken, tofu, or beans, nobody's watching. Then at lunch and dinner, just make sure there's a real protein center: chicken, fish, lean beef, tofu, tempeh, beans, lentils, or edamame. Build the plate around that, then add color and carbs. Tiny safety note: if you have kidney disease or a medical condition that limits protein, check in with your clinician before you increase it. Daily movement plus smart cardio. Here's the part nobody wants to hear, but it's actually good news. You don't need harder workouts. You need more daily movement. The unsexy stuff. The I'm just living my life movement. There's a fancy term for this: NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. It just means all the calories you burn from moving around outside of workouts. Walking, standing, cleaning, errands, stairs, pacing while you're on a call because you're annoyed. In midlife, a lot of us accidentally get less of that movement because we're busy, tired, and our jobs involve sitting. So instead of adding more intense cardio that spikes hunger and makes you sore, protect a daily walk. Even 10 minutes after a meal is powerful because it helps your body use the fuel you just ate. And if you want cardio, keep it easy-ish, 1 or 2 times a week. Think brisk walking, cycling, swimming, something that feels like you could still talk, not like you're chasing a toddler who stole your phone. Routine goal: start where you are, then add 1,000 steps a day for 2 weeks. Small increases, big results over time. Are you more likely to walk in the morning, after dinner, or as a mental health break, midday? The hidden belly drivers. Okay, this chapter is the I feel called out chapter, but we're doing it with love. Because menopause belly isn't just about food and workouts. Your body is also responding to sleep, stress, and yes, sometimes that little evening pour. Let's start with sleep. When you don't sleep enough, your hunger hormones can get weird. You can feel hungrier, crave more sugar and snacky carbs, and have less patience for making good choices. Not because you're weak, because your brain is trying to keep you awake. And in menopause, sleep can get messy: hot flashes, night sweats, 3 a.m. brain parties. So, if your sleep is trash, fat loss feels harder. Period. Now, stress. Chronic stress is like your body constantly hearing, "Emergency, emergency!" And one of the places the body tends to store fat under that signal is the belly. Again, not your fault. Biology. And alcohol. This is not a lecture, but alcohol can mess with sleep quality and appetite. And for some women, it's strongly linked with belly bloat and belly gain. So instead of quitting forever, try an experiment. 2 to 4 alcohol-free weeks and see what your belly and sleep do. Tonight's tiny routine win: pick a lights out time and do a 5-minute wind down. Stretch, breathe, dim the lights. Anything that tells your body, we're safe. Which one hits you hardest right now? Sleep, stress, or alcohol? 14-day routine, reset. All right, let's make this so simple you can actually do it, even with a life. Here's your 14-day routine reset. Not a diet, a routine. 3 strength workouts a week. Keep them short. 20 to 35 minutes is plenty. 2 walks a day if you can, but if that makes you roll your eyes, start with 1 walk you protect like an appointment. 10 to 20 minutes. Most days, make breakfast protein first, even if the rest of your day is a little chaotic. And then pick 1 sleep habit: a consistent bedtime, a cooler room, or a no-phone wind down. That's it. Boring on purpose, because boring is repeatable. And repeatable is what changes menopause belly. Your body isn't broken, it's adapting, and you can adapt back with the right routine. Share what's helped you, because your tip might be exactly what another woman needs to hear. And if you want more menopause-friendly routines that actually work in real life, subscribe so we can keep learning together.